I would just want to respond to a question that's come up about Bun religion, Bun art, and the lack of resources that are found on the internet and elsewhere. Now, I don't know that this is actually true. What we can say is that there is a lot less information, and then there's a lot fewer publications on the Bun religion and Bun tradition of the Himalayas and Tibet than there is on Buddhism, because Buddhism is just so much bigger and more popular, and it was studied very early on by European scholars several hundred years ago. And I think the first chair of Buddhist studies in Europe was in Denmark in the mid 1800s. So there's a lot more information on Buddhism, a lot more publications and whatnot, and therefore there's going to be more, most likely, on the internet. Now, as for resources for the Bun religion, Himalayan Art Resources does art. It primarily does visual culture. It's not really responsible for covering the entire breadth of Bun religion, literature, and culture. The HAR website tries to focus on the visual culture of the religious aspect of the Bun religion, because most of the art that you can label as Bun is going to be of a religious nature. It's going to be historical figures, teachers, deities, mandalas, and symbols, sacred symbols. Now, so on the website, we have pretty close to what's available in the world based on publications. Now, there is a tremendous wealth of initiation cards in Dolanji monastery itself, and also at it could be in Sarnath. They have a database of Tibetan initiation cards, both Buddhist and Bun. I've not been there, I've not seen it myself, but I've heard of such a thing. Now, also on the HAR website, we have key iconographic topics and subjects for Bun. We have a number of pages for that. We also have a resource page. Now, the resource page just lists a link for the Bun videos, and for the Bun videos, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We already have 7 book review videos. And then we have maybe 15, 20 other videos on Bun topics. Now, in terms of a bibliography, we have a short bibliography on HAR. Now, I think Dan Martin might have done a much longer bibliography. And it could be that might even be in Bun, the Magic Word. But on the HAR website, we just have a short bibliography. But the first 3 books that are actually listed, The Arrow and the Spindle, Studies in History, Myths, Rituals, and Beliefs in Tibet, Bun, the Magic Word, and then skipping the 3rd book, then the Bun Religion of Tibet, The Iconography of a Living Tradition. That's by Per Kavern back in 1995, and that's really the earliest book I know of in English that really covers extremely well and introduces the art and iconography and religion of the Bun tradition. It's really a masterful work, tremendous. Then there's a number of other books listed, and then Samten Karme has done volume 2 and 3 of The Arrow and the Spindle as well. So these are your most important basic books. Now, also on the HAR website, we have an index. So we have, and this index is one of the best that you're going to find around that covers all the different Bun topics to do with art, not philosophy, not historical figures, not tantric or Gyu traditions. And then what we also have here is something really quite important is the glossary. Now, the glossary that's on HAR is a larger version of the glossary that was put into the publication Bun, the Sacred Word, that When did we publish that? That was 2007. It was Samten Karme and myself. We did an exhibition at the Rubin Museum of Art in fall of 2007. So the glossary is an expanded version of the one, and it was the glossary here was made for the publication Bon the Magic Word. We had worked on it earlier for the HAR website, but we improved it for the publication. Now, whether or not there's a better glossary out there in a newer publication, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what all of the new Bon publications are. Now, also the number sets. What you find here relate to art. They're not the number sets that relate to philosophical Bon concepts that you're going to find in different types of cycles of practice. So that's kind of it. We don't have a huge list of in situ monasteries because we just haven't had the volunteers to do the work. Now the work has actually been done out of Japan, and it's found in the Senri series, which we've talked about a little bit. So all of a cataloging of the monasteries and temples of the Bon tradition is done, and that's available. I think it's again it's the Senri series out of Japan. So that's kind of it. There's a tremendous amount and scope and depth of resources on the HAR website. Now, if you're looking for more general information on Bon, then really you have to go to Wikipedia and then look at what their sources are. I mean, if you're looking for online, and then you need to go to Scribd and you need to go to Academia website and just do a search and see what is available. So that's just a little overview of what resources are offered on HAR, and also underlining the fact that the resources on HAR are visual culture based. They're art based. It's not a broad, sweeping, in-depth presentation of the entirety of the Bon religion. That certainly it is not. So we'll leave it there. You can press like, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon, and you can make a donation on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.